My name's Kelly Connolly and I am a Protective Service Superintendent in the AFP. My current role is the Superintendent responsible for the ACT protection establishments. So we have 5 here in the ACT, that's Parliament House, Diplomatic Protection Unit, the Lodge, Government House and Defence, which includes ADFA, Russell, Duntroon and HQ Jock out at Bungendore. I joined the Army at 17. And after my initial training at Kapuka, I went to the Corps of Signals. So I was a keyboard operator for a period of time, and then I undertook my cipher course, so coding and decoding messages. Working in the private sector is very, very different. There's not the camaraderie that you would have. You tend to go to work, go home. I missed defence. I missed that structured environment. I missed the discipline, the uniform and just the camaraderie. So I saw this ad just after 9/11 and it was the interesting role. It was counter-terrorism first response, and I just thought that sounded similar to my basic training from the military, but something that I would gain lifelong friends and work for the government again in a uniform disciplined organisation that shared my values. I've just completed 21 years in the AFP. My journey from Adelaide Airport, I then did several overseas deployments. So my first one was in Nauru. I spent 2.5 months over there working in the detention centre, assisting the private security and being sworn in as a special Nauru police officer to assist with their law enforcement. So you imagine being on a Pacific island, working permanent night shifts for the 2.5 months, but it's the people that you met, including the detainees. You got to hear their life stories and why they'd chosen to travel. And then the next deployment for me was Solomon Islands. So then I headed over there for 3 months. After that, I went and did my instructor's course, so I became a defensive tactics and firearms instructor and then moved into recruit training for a period of time. I moved out of there into protection, and I've more or less spent the remainder of my career in protection through promotion here in Canberra. And I just love speaking to people, particularly up at Parliament House now, especially tourists. If they've never been to Canberra, and you can point them in the direction of some really interesting things here in Canberra, or you can just have general conversation and hear about their life. And the most exciting part of that, I guess, was during the protests that we had for the anti-vax movement. It was just learning why they were there and gaining an understanding of what the cause was, why I was standing on the blue side of the line and they're on the other side of the road, and you're making that engagement to understand why they're there. For current ADF members that are looking for a change or transition into another employment opportunity, I would say the AFP would be an employer of choice for them. They're looking at the code of conduct. They know the values to which they stand by. We're a disciplined organisation, and the uniform, it gives you a sense of belonging, and they can carry that camaraderie over. Some of the things that they would find similar to ADF, if they don't mind going through the recruit training, it will give them that sense of teamwork. They'll learn, obviously, the skills that are required in the AFP, particularly use of force, but it's also the classwork, it's living in the college for the 12 weeks, it's gaining new friends, and they're friends that you'll keep for life. Then you'll get a posting to a station, so that's something they would be familiar with. Their movement around Australia would give them an opportunity, if there is somewhere in this country that they haven't visited, and we have a station there, they can go and ask for that preference and live in places like Exmouth. If you've been in defence for a long period of time, that's what you know. So you need to feel comfortable moving into a civilian role, which is what the AFP could offer. And that's when I talk about the uniform and the discipline and another government organisation. It's the same type of work, it's just in a different colour. It will give them that sense of knowing what they're going to be doing. They know that they might be rostered for 14 shifts a month at some stations, so 7 day shifts, 7 night shifts, and they know the rest of that month is either their time off to spend with their family, and encouraged to still do their other activities that is their life. So that might be sporting activities, it might be some secondary employment pending the approval. It may be that they remain as a defence reservist, and we give that opportunity for them to still undertake that, plus do their role in the AFP. The appeal of PSO to younger people is the travel. You get to experience Australia with your employer. The type of people who thrive as a PSO need to manage their time, but they need to be proactive. So we talk about life being one day may be the same as the next, but you need to make that your own. So this is why we encourage study during your time off. Be proactive when you get to station. Go out on patrols, get out there on foot patrols, get out there in vehicle patrols and get to know your environment. And it's a great opportunity, as I've said, to engage with other people and also to encourage your teammates to get out there with you.